Welcome back. Welcome to week 2 of my surrender experiment. And I'm super excited to share about my last week with you. But first, I want to start with it's actually started by following my intuition a couple of months ago. So I kept getting a nudge to attend this live event that I attended last week called BBD Live by James Wedmore. He teaches people how to create an online business. So I've been following him for like 6, 7 years now. And I've gone to a couple of his events. I went to a couple before COVID, but I haven't gone to any since COVID. Then he was only doing a virtual after COVID, and then I kind of fell off. Hadn't been following him as much. But for some reason, I kept getting this nudge to go to his live event that was happening. And I was like, traveled a lot this year. So I was really like, do I really need to travel again? Should I really go? Like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like hemming and hawing, but I kept getting this intuitive nudge. I kept getting this little voice in my head say, like, BBD Live, BBD Live. So I'm driving in my car. Like I said, this was about 2 months ago, maybe three, to my son's house. Got that nudge again as I'm driving. And it's like a 90-minute drive. And I'm like, all right, fine. Universe, if I'm supposed to go to BBD Live, then please show me a sign. I want you to show me a hawk, which is a sign I use often when I'm asking if I'm going in the right direction, or I'll just see a hawk and I know that that's like a sign that yes, this is the right direction. This is the way you should go. So I asked for a sign to see a hawk on the way to my son's house, and that's totally unusual to see a hawk on the way to my son's house. Sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. But I don't always see them. Anyway, so I said, show me a hawk. I kid you not, within 20 minutes of me saying that, a hawk flies out of the tree, lands in the grass right next to the road as my car is passing. Like, I was not missing this hawk. It was a clear sign that I was to go to BBD Live. So then I started making all my travel arrangements and, talked to my husband about it and all that, and all fell into place. So this was the event that I attended last week. And when I first started going to the live events, maybe there was 100, 200 max people there. Now he has grown such a following that he had 1,000 people at a live event. It was mind blowing to me. So, um, anyway, it was kind of cool to see that growth too. Like he was in this small little venue the first time I went. Now he's in this huge venue with like all these, the whole freaking crew of light and people and audio video people. Anyway, I digress. Um, so it was a 3-day event, and I'm there, and day one, I mean, I was like, okay, I agreed to myself that no matter what happened, I was just gonna follow my intuition. Day one, I sit down next to somebody. Well, it turns out she follows me, which was hysterical. She's on my email list. Her name was Ella. Such a sweet person. And I was like, huh, well, that's interesting. So she had seen my summit, a few that I did back in June, and James was on my summit. But anyway, um, I thought that was really, really cool. It was kind of cool to be like sitting next to somebody that I really didn't know who they were and they followed me. So it's like that was cool. And what a sweet girl. Second, then, but most of the day was just kind of like, okay, yeah, I kind of just went to lunch and ended up like landing outside with these group of like 3 other women, I think it was, that kind of And I asked them if I could go to lunch with them, and it grew into a group of, eventually it grew into a group. I think there was like 6 or 7 of us, sweet women. We had a great time at lunch. It was fabulous. Nothing earth shattering yet. Nothing earth shattering that James Wedmore was saying. I'm like, well, I hope this is going to be worth it. A lot of the stuff he said on day one, I was familiar with, knew about. Like, I've been in this world for a little hot minute. But anyway, okay. Then comes day 2. So day 2 in the morning, and you don't really know what's happening at the event. They don't tell you. They just everything's kind of a surprise. It's the way they do it. I guess that they can shift things around at the last minute if they decide they want to or something. I don't know. So James, I'm not sure if they're married or not, but his significant other was also hosting this event, and she's really into intuition and meditation and all that stuff. So that was really cool. And she does the morning segment all around bending a spoon with your mind. And I was like, or with your energy. And I was like, okay. And she talks about how she's done it before. Some people bend the spoon, some people don't. And we go through this whole like testing exercise where she shows you how to draw in energy. And then we put our hands up against our neighbor, and you can actually feel the heat from your neighbor's hands when they were like this far apart. That was really cool. I'm like, okay, that's really cool. So then she takes us through this whole meditation around bending the spoon. And I'm like, the first thing you have to do is like let go of it, right? Let go of the outcome, whether you bend it or not bend it. Enjoy the meditation. And the other thing you have to do is like believe you actually can bend it. So I had this spoon in my hand in the original when we were first like getting ready, and I'm like testing it, and I really couldn't bend it. She brings us through this whole meditation, which was fabulous. Taught us how to bring in our energy again, and then channel it out in like towards the spoon, right? So we are bringing this energy in and channeling it out. And she's taking us through like a guided meditation about our energy and our beliefs. And what's coming up for me was building a 7-figure coaching business. And what also came up for me, which was funny in this meditation, is I need to let go of all the rest of the things I'm doing, which is, as I talked about in my first video, my done for you business, where I'm acting as, me and my team act as an accounting team for businesses, which I've decided to let go of. And this was just like, which is actually 70% of my income right now. But what this meditation was telling me, and also was showing me, it's like, if you just start focusing your energy on one thing, then you have it concentrates, right? So what came up for me, which has been coming up for me, which is creating a 7-figure coaching business. And it's been, shall I say, haunting me for the last couple of years. And it came up when I was in a mastermind in June, in a private mastermind in Italy. And it came up again in this meditation. But it was so powerful in this meditation. And what I got from this meditation was you need to let go and you need to step away in order to focus and channel all your energy on one thing so you can create it. And I was really unsure whether I could bend the spoon, but here's my spoon. That was so cool. Being able to bend the spoon. Some people twirly-toed it. Some people couldn't bend it at all. But what it really showed me was if I focus all my energy on one thing, which is my coaching business, I'm going to be able to, bend spoons evidently, change things. So that was day 2, and day 3 continues on. And if you watched in my first video, I have this huge fear around the unknown that was created in my childhood. She did this whole meditation around letting go of fear. And at the end of that meditation, I left fear in that room. I no longer have the fear of the unknown. I am actually now super excited, and I can't wait to see what the future is bringing me. And following my intuition and surrendering to what comes up is going to be so much fun. It's so exciting. And I've totally released it. So now I know why I was meant to go to that event. I also have a couple potential new clients I need to reach out to. And I also I was able to step away from fear of the unknown, as well as know that I can do it, know that I can bend the spoon, know that I can create a 7-figure business and spoons. But anyway, so I wanted to share that with you. It was just such a transformational week. And by surrendering to my intuition, that's kind of what brought me there. I wasn't going to go to that event. I wasn't, and I my intuition led me throughout the whole event. And I could go on and on for about 30 minutes on here about all the things that I got from that event. But the most powerful thing was the spoon and letting go of fear. So I wanted to share that with you. And I left my fear of the unknown and my fear in that room. And I get to move on with excitement and energy and using 100% of my intuition to see where it brings me next.